So SoundCloud was founded in Berlin, and now you're here.
Yep. So we have our main office is still Berlin. We have a small office in London, and a couple of weeks ago we opened up our office here as well. So we're about 6 people here. We're about 70 people in total in the company.
And that 70 people?
Yep.
Wow.
75.
And that came along with some U.S. investment, right?
Yeah, so about a year ago we closed around with Fred Wilson from Union Square and Mike Volpe from Index Ventures. So Mike and Danny from Index are based here now, and yeah, I spend my time going back and forth, so we're both Berlin and here now.
Awesome. And can you just explain SoundCloud?
Sure. So SoundCloud is it's the leading social sound platform in the world. We have about 7.5 million creators on the platform, create everything from 50 Cent, Björk, Madonna, but also The Economist, their podcast, journalists like Dan Patterson from ABC News, and also just regular people who use their iPhone app to record voice notes and share that. So it's a large-scale platform for allowing anybody to share sounds that they create. You could think of it as a YouTube for sound, and what we're trying to do is really we think that the web is very silent at the moment. We want to try and unmute the web.
And so how can people create sound? And that's your focus. Your focus is on the creation aspect as opposed to the playback.
I mean, it can be as simple as, everybody walking around with a device like this. And we've gotten used to the idea that, well, this is a camera. So I always have my camera with me. I can tell stories through that. But the other side of this is that it's a microphone as well. Yep. So everybody has a microphone in their pocket. And there's, our whole day is filled with sounds around us, no matter if it's, a voice note or a joke from a friend or your baby's first words. There's all these rich sounds around us, and we're starting to see people get into the habit of just pulling out their phone, pressing record, capturing that, and sharing it with the web.
And do you guys have an app for that?
Yeah, we do. We have the SoundCloud app.
It comes out so natural.
Yep, there's an app for that.
It's
iPhone, on iOS, Android. It's free to use. It's really sweet. I mean, you can just capture with a single click. We launched our partnership with Facebook a couple of weeks ago at F8. It's integrated into Tumblr. You can actually use the sounds to check in on Foursquare or push them directly to Twitter as well. So it's really one click to capture, and then boom, it's all over the web.
Cool. And so you were really thrilled with Mary Meeker's presentation yesterday because 3 of her trends were international, mobile, and sound.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
And you were even quoted for the sound one.
Yes, that's true, which was very nice. I'm a sort of a fanboy of her presentation, so it was good to see that out there. I think, we've seen a lot of momentum. We realized maybe a year ago or so that sound is bigger than music. Music is a large part of it, but there's so much richness, other richness than just music and sound as well. And this thing of, that just hasn't developed on the web yet. We have a lot of text and images of video on the web, but surprisingly not so much sound.
Well, what's the breakdown of your site in terms of the audio content, books versus music versus DJ sets?
It's really all over the place. I mean, everything from the big artists releasing final tracks to works and projects, or 50 Cent putting up just vocals, asking people to build a track around it. But then, Penguin Books putting up ebook material, Russell Brand reading from his new books. It's really, and even public companies doing earnings calls and stuff like that. So it's really all over the place. And I think, it's cool to see that sort of Mary had realized that as well, and was really okay, it's crazy that we have all this development across the web, everything that we've done, but sound is really missing. And one of the really interesting things with sound is that you're not constrained to when we're sitting in front of our screen. I could be consuming sound for 8-10 hours a day, in my car, with my phone, everything, have that follow around.
Yep.
So, and now when it's so simple to create as well, I think for us it's been clear that sound is the next thing. We believe sound is going to be bigger than video on the web, and it's always great to see, somebody like Mary Meeker put that out there as well.
And so once a sound is up there, can people remix and create new things from that on the site, or?
Not so much on the site.
Okay.
But it's built as
you
an
have
open
partnerships
platform.
with Ableton Live.
We have over 230 apps built all around it, and some of it is for remaking it into music. Some of it is for editing. Some of it is for sharing to Facebook. All kinds of things.
Yep. And is there a way to track the lineage of the sound?
Yes.
So if
so you can basically. I mean, the thing is, whatever place you push it to through the API, it's all coming from that one source. So you go back and check your SoundCloud stats, so you see exactly what's going on, in which apps it appears and stuff like that.
Awesome. Now, we have, I think, a philosophical difference here. I'm a Sonos user, and we're going to be wrapping up soon. And I listen to Rhapsody that way, I listen to Pandora that way, and I don't like to listen to sound through my laptop, and I don't want to deal with iTunes being open or any other sound program being open.
Totally
and so
understand that.
Totally holds back me listening to SoundCloud as much.
Yep.
So why can't you break out of the laptop?
So it's actually fairly simple to do. We have a really easy
You told me it's API. Like a half a day.
Yeah, it's
like a half a day.
It
should be like a TaskRabbit.
So we need somebody needs to just take our API, and just mash it up. I mean, if there's an upcoming hack today soon, I'll do it myself. It's really.
If I buy you a pizza and a beer, can you do it this weekend?
This weekend is tough, but let's sit down and do that one together.
But it sounded like you had more of a philosophical difference or feeling over why this is a lower priority than other.
Well, the
features.
reason that it hasn't happened, why we haven't built it yet, is really simple. It's just we're growing so fast at the moment that we have to be really, really focused on what we do. And we really try and prioritize anything that helps the creator side, so anything that makes it easier for anybody to be able to create sound. That's the stuff we really care about. That's always going to come first. And then, the Sonos experience is more of a consumption thing, so that even though, I would love to have that today, we can't do it yet until we've done all the cool creator stuff. Unless it's a hack day.
All right. It seems like a very chicken and egg problem. You need to create the market for listening if you're going to get the creators up there. Although
it's true,
you seem to be doing pretty well.
We decided that instead of taking the approach that everybody else has done, looking only at the consumption side, we said that we're integrated into Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, all these great places to actually discover and consume content. So that's our consumption interface. And we wanted to take a different approach of just focusing on the creator side, because nobody had been doing that before. And for me, when looking at platforms like Flickr or WordPress or something like that, the really exciting part, what's really new, what the web is bringing to that in a new way, is that everybody is able to create and everybody is able to get that out there. Not so much in just shifting the consumption pipes, basically. So that's what we're really passionate about.
All right. Well, keep me posted.
Will do, of course. Yeah.
All right. It's good to see you again. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks a lot.